back to my channel. I'm really excited about today's video because I haven't done one of these in a while. So today I wanted to basically share with you guys what are the 3 major tips that you can start doing today, right now, to start losing weight on your plant-based diet. I'm gonna quickly recap my own 70-pound weight loss journey and how I've been able to keep it off all these years. And then, like I said, I'm gonna share with you guys my 3 major tips that you can start doing right now at mealtime to start getting your weight loss moving in the direction of your goals. And my only announcement for today is to let you guys know that the newly expanded version of my best-selling weight loss guide and cookbook, Plantifully Lean, is now available in stores, guys. I cannot believe it. Thank you guys so much for all of your love and support. I got an email from my editor the other night, whom I adore, and she let me know that I am #1 in vegan cookbooks. So that was really, really exciting. I started just like crying because I'm so thankful to all of you guys. So it's been a crazy journey. I've had a lot of fun. I'll put the Amazon link to my book in the description box below, or you can walk yourself into Barnes & Noble and pick up a copy. So if you want to know what's new in this new expanded version from the previous version, one, the publisher was able to lower the price of the book. It does still include all of my most popular, beloved recipes that the previous edition includes. So don't worry, I didn't take any of those out. There's a whole new 28-day meal plan. The previous version only had a 1-week meal plan. This is a 28-day meal plan in here. I've expanded the weight loss guide portion with details on protein, carbs, and fat on plant-based diets, since I get tons and tons of questions on those topics. I've also added head notes for every single recipe, and it has an all new cover and layout. I am currently working on my 2nd book, which I believe is due to be out in the late fall, but I will keep you guys all updated on that. All right, so if you're new to me, even if you're not new to me, I lost 70 pounds on a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. So since I was a young adult, have struggled with my weight. I have done every diet. Long story short, I had been pre-diabetic for a decade. I had high cholesterol, high triglycerides, high blood pressure. I was having all sorts of hormonal issues, and I was hypothyroid. And the cherry on top was that at my small, just under 5'4" frame, I weighed between 189 and 194 pounds. Now, I did not eat a plant-based diet before losing 70 pounds. I did my best to eat healthy. I've always been interested in health, and my weight and health wasn't where it was at for a lack of trying, because I was always trying to be healthy as much as I could, but there was a lot of Taco Bell runs in there and a lot of Domino's and all sorts of other goodies. But basically how I had been eating forever was low carb, high protein. And I was using like grass-fed butter, coconut oil. I'd buy eggs from farmers out here that pasture raised their chickens. We'd buy grass-fed beef. So I tried, guys, I tried to do what I thought was healthy. But even during all of that, like, my health issues continued to worsen and I just could not lose weight. And when I would lose some weight, I couldn't keep it off. So after a normal checkup, my doctor called me and told me basically how unhealthy I was, and that she wanted me to try to lose at least 40 pounds as quick as possible, which I struggled to lose 5 pounds. So needless to say, I was totally frustrated. I felt defeated because, like I said, I had been trying since I was a teenager to manage my weight and be healthy. So I'd run into a friend who I hadn't talked to in a really long time, and she started telling me that she heard about this doctor that helps people heal their blood sugar issues and various other ailments through eating potatoes, and that people lose tons of weight doing this. And I was like, there's no way I can start eating carbs. I'm pre-diabetic, I'm a small Latina, can't happen. But I ended up reading stacks and stacks of books from all of these well-known medical doctors that have spent 30, 40 years helping people heal their bodies, lose weight, and reverse their health issues through high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. So I basically overnight switched from a standard American diet to a high carb, low fat, plant-based diet. Now, I was extremely terrified to start eating carbs, especially since I had been avoiding them for so many years and listening to all the information out there telling me, that sugar gives you insulin resistance and turns to fat in your body, and that we need all of these high protein, high fat foods. But everything I had read and heard from these doctors and their 30, 40 years of experience healing thousands and thousands of people made me decide to go ahead and give it a try. And the other thing that helped was that these are medical doctors promoting this way of eating. I had never had a doctor tell me to pursue a plant-based diet or that that was good for me. All I was ever told was go low carb and high protein. So long story short, I started eating carbs again. And because I was trying to be more moderate about my fat intake, I started really watching how much fat I was taking in. I wasn't roasting things in fats anymore. And I was trying to just be more moderate, like using a light spray of oil and making baked French fries instead of buying the bags of frozen fries that have already been fried. I started cooling it on the nut butters and really just bringing in more plant-based foods into my life, like rice, beans, potatoes, all things that I already ate and enjoyed. But now I was omitting all of the animal products from them that are full of fats, and a lot of them mostly saturated fat, and then just really watching how much fat I was using to cook my food overall. And to my surprise, week after week, I was losing weight and effortlessly. I wasn't counting calories. The only thing I was really paying attention to was how much fat and that I wasn't eating animal products. All right, guys, I'm gonna stand up so you can see the weight loss for those of you that are new to me. Because otherwise you're just seeing like my face. Because I can show you pictures, but video is good too. So at my 3-month checkup with my doctor, I had lost over 20 pounds and my blood pressure, triglycerides, and cholesterol were now in completely healthy, normal ranges. But the most exciting part was that my blood sugar, now remember I said I had been pre-diabetic for at least 10 years. I'd only been monitoring it for about 10 years. And my fasting blood sugar was always at 135 to 140. But at my 3-month checkup, I had perfect blood sugar. My fasting blood sugar was 89, and my doctor could not believe what she was seeing. So quick side note, my husband, when I told him that I wanted to do this plant-based lifestyle, he said he would give me 4 months to, he wanted to support me and not make it more difficult on me with having, all of the food in the house that we were used to. So he said for 4 months, he would commit to eating this way with me, along with our 2 children. So at the end of those 4 months, he had lost about 35 pounds and all of his mystery aches and pains had disappeared. And he was so happy that he's never looked back. He was not interested in going back to eating the way we had been eating. So over the course of the next year, he ended up losing a total of 50 pounds. Okay, so let's say now that you are already on a vegan or plant-based diet, or you're seriously considering one, or you dabble in plant-based diets, you just like to eat a lot of plant-based meals. What are the things that contribute to effortless weight loss? Now, again, I lost 70 pounds without ever counting a single calorie. Now, I don't think that there's anything wrong with counting calories. I think it's a great tool to capture data from so that you can make adjustments based on that information. So now moving to what are the things that contribute the most to effortless weight loss on a plant-based diet. Number one, as discussed, is watching your fat intake. So number one of the things that you can start doing today, right now, to aid in weight loss is to stop cooking in oil. I used to saute my vegetables in tons of coconut oil or olive oil or grass-fed butter. And when I stopped doing that and switched to a light spray of oil, weight literally started melting off of me. And once I got used to less oil on my vegetables, I just stopped even using a spray of oil when sauteing vegetables because they saute great in pans without any oil. The other place to look for fat in your diet is in the products that you're consuming. One of my favorite examples is pasta sauce. When I started looking at the fat content of the products that I was buying, I started realizing there was a huge range of fat and calories in these products. I started realizing that one pasta sauce for a half cup could have up to 9 grams of fat, whereas another brand for a half cup would have 0.5 gram to 2.5 grams of fat. So I started being really conscious about that, and that major reduction in calories helped me lose weight. So the thing about oil is that it doesn't add bulk water, or fiber, and those are the three main things that trigger satiety in your brain. So there was all these studies done where researchers served participants bowls of pasta. Now the pasta didn't have any oil on it and the sauce didn't have any oil in it, so it was just a fat-free pasta. So participants ate that pasta, then they had to answer questions on satiety, how hungry were they later, did they feel satisfied? Then researchers had participants eat the same size bowl of pasta with the same fat-free sauce, except this time researchers drizzled 2 tablespoons of oil over the pasta. Now what they were looking to see was, does oil add to helping trigger satiety in our brains, or is it just additional fat and calories that goes unmeasured in our brains? And what they found was that the additional oil only added fat and calories. It did not add to satiation. It didn't make them feel less hungry longer. All it did was add fat and calories. So the second thing you can do today, right now, to aid in weight loss sounds really simple, and that's to start eating more fruits and vegetables. I always tell people to focus more on what they're adding in versus what they're cutting out. Now, when you make a point of eating more fruits and vegetables with your meals or for your snacks, you naturally start crowding out the more calorie-dense foods. If you're used to snacking on chips and crackers, start incorporating more fresh fruits for snacks or some veggies and hummus, and you will be surprised how much that adds to your overall satiety. Now, there was all this research done on participants to find out what it is that triggers satiety in our brains. What researchers found is that the weight of the food and the bulk in the food were the 2 major things that help trigger satiety. But of course, calories do count in there because no amount of lettuce will ever trigger satiety. And the thing about fresh fruits and vegetables is that they're full of water, which makes them heavy. They're full of bulk. It takes up space in your stomach, and those right there are the 2 things that help trigger satiety the most. 3, they're full of fiber, which means you stay fuller longer, and they are naturally the foods that are highest in nutrition and the lowest in calories. Now, the third thing you can do, and this is by far the magic, and employing this really helped me move through a major plateau that I had been stuck in, and that is to use a plate building method. Now, I've taught you guys repeatedly on my channel how to use this plate building method, how I used it. There's 3 of them, and you want to use them in different phases of your weight loss journey. I cover all of this in my book. It's all neatly packed together, so you have your guide right there with you. But today I'm going to teach you the plate that helps people really get into that healthy weight range that helped me tremendously get the last 15 pounds off. And that is what I affectionately call the 50-50 plate. Now, this is really simple. You can start doing this at your next meal. All you're going to do is grab your dinner plate. It can be any size plate. I like a big plate. Here is my dinner plate. You see how big that is? It's a big plate. So all you're gonna do visually, you're not gonna measure anything, you're not gonna weigh anything. All you're gonna do visually is divide the plate in half. And on one half of the plate, you're gonna fill it with non-starchy vegetables. And then on the other side, you're gonna fill it with your starch of choice, which can be rice, beans, potatoes, a combination thereof. It can be pasta. And then when you go to eat, you're gonna start with your non-starchy vegetable side first, and then move to the starch side. Now, what that is doing is it is allowing you to fill up on the least calorie dense foods first that are the highest in nutrition, water, fiber, and bulk to help trigger satiety. And then you're eating the more calorie dense side of your plate, which you need, which are the rice, beans, potatoes, all those healthy starches, which your body needs, your brain needs. And this magic combination basically allows you to eat a large volume of food for less calories. Now, my favorite visual example is with a plate of pasta. So if I take this plate of pasta, has 700 calories of pasta on it and 100 calories of sauce on it, and I remove half of it and replace it with let's say steamed zucchini, then I have cut the calories nearly in half. So now instead of 800 calories worth of pasta and sauce, I only have 400 calories worth of pasta and sauce and about 100 calories of steamed zucchini for a grand total of 500 calories. Now, I'm not eating any less volume of food, but I'm eating 300 calories less of food, which is phenomenal. Now, when I hit that last plateau, which was the most frustrating because I was already doing really good about not having any excessive fat intake. I wasn't using oil. I was moderate about my nut intake. So I was being really good about my fat intake. I was already eating lots more whole foods and not eating tons of processed foods. So when I started implementing the 50-50 plate and doing this consistently for every single meal, even breakfast, yes, I ate tons and tons of vegetables at breakfast. Then almost immediately the scale started moving again, and it got me all the way down to where I am today. Now, before I go any further, I know there's lots of you saying there's no way I can eat vegetables at breakfast, and that's okay. So if you're gonna have a bowl of oatmeal and you don't wanna have a bowl of veggies first, then have a big bowl of berries or melon or any fruit that you love before you move to your oatmeal or whatever it is that you're having for breakfast. So if you are consistent with this and you're really good about your fat intake and you're really good about getting more fruits and vegetables into your diet, you will be well on your way to seeing the results that you are looking for. Now, I'm just gonna give you a few tips that really help make the 50-50 plate more enjoyable, and that comes to dealing with the non-starchy side of the plate. Now, I'm a plain Jane. A lot of times I just like garlic salt on my non-starchy side, vegetables. However, my cheese sauce is, you need that, okay? Cheese sauce on broccoli is amazing. It reminds me of Velveeta and broccoli, which I loved when I was a kid. I was an 80s kid, so we ate a lot of Velveeta. You want to make sauces. Every week I make my cheese sauce, I make my ranch, I make my ginger dressing, and I just like to have sauces to add more flavor and excitement to the non-starchy vegetable side of my plate. But having sauces is one of my pro tips to making this sustainable. The other thing, which should go without saying, is to prep. Prep helps tremendously, especially in the long term. I've been able to maintain my weight loss because I developed the habit of every week making sure that at a minimum my sauces are prepped, because after a long day working and then running kids to and from their activities and then coming home, I'm not about to make ranch and I'm not about to make cheese sauce. So I make all of those sauces that I want for the week on Sunday. I also like to bake up all my potatoes for the week and make my rice. That way I'm just reheating things, saucing them, and I usually steam some vegetables from the freezer. My third pro tip to making this sustainable is to not allow yourself to feel deprived. I didn't lose weight because I was eating only lettuce and potatoes. I was eating pancakes and waffles, plant-based omelets, pizza and nachos, baked egg rolls. I just found ways to make my favorite foods low calorie, healthy. I made sure they're low fat, full of nutrition, and I always use the 50-50 plate. That 50-50 plate, guys, is magic. I do it at restaurants too. I'll order a big side of steamed vegetables, a big salad, and I'll eat that first, and then I'll move to the more calorie dense side of my meal. Make sure you check out my maximum weight loss playlist, and you can also get my most popular weight loss recipes in my book. But there is tons and tons of videos on my channel that you can glean recipes from as well. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram, make sure you follow me there, because I'm always sharing new recipes and my tips and tricks to make this journey a fun and sustainable one. All right, guys, so I hope that's a nice little pep talk for you. Even if you've been on your journey for a while, it's really good to hear the same information over and over to really like solidify within yourself that you're on the right track, that it is possible. I hear from you guys all the time. I love seeing these messages that you've lost 90 pounds, 8 pounds, 20 pounds. It's incredible. You guys are doing this and I'm so, so proud of you. So just let me know what other kinds of videos will be helpful for you. I know everyone wants to see like a grocery haul and food prep video, so I will work on that for sure. You guys know how much I love filming in public. I hate it, but I will take you to the grocery store with me and we will get that video done. All right, as always, I love you guys. Make sure to keep this journey about health and not just about the skinny. Love yourselves and spread that love to somebody else. I love you guys and I'll see you next time.